Let's bring in Avi Meir. He's the former editor-in-chief of the Jerusalem Post, and he joins us now to give some perspective on this anniversary. Good morning, somber morning. It's been a year since the October 7th attack. Can you give us a sense of what the mood of the country is like today?
Well, Christine, I remember the September 11th attack. I was a high school senior in the D.C. area. I remember the trauma of that day, but how once the day was over, we were able to start healing as a nation. The challenge here in Israel is that the trauma is still ongoing. There's still 101 hostages in Gaza whose fate is unknown. There's still tens of thousands of Israeli families that have been displaced from their homes and have no sense of whether they will ever see their homes ever again. There are thousands upon thousands of families that are grappling with loss, with the deaths of loved ones, with injuries, traumatic injuries, emotional injuries of a variety of kinds. And so this is a country that is still very much admired of the trauma of that day, and we don't know exactly where we're going to emerge from it.
And then we have in the last year the bombardment and the ground operations in Gaza, huge loss of life there. We have seen several escalations in the conflict in recent weeks between Israel and Hezbollah. And there's still an estimated 101 hostages in Gaza. Negotiations have stalled. You know, are there Israelis who feel like the hostages have been forgotten here?
Well, there is some concern that with the escalation in recent weeks between Israel and Hezbollah, of course, Hezbollah has been bombing Israel since October the 8th, but only now has Israel started to respond, that the hostages have been left behind. And there are many voices, particularly amongst the family members of those hostages, who have said, but wait, we still have 101 human beings who are in Gaza. We don't know how many of them are still alive. We know that they're being held under deplorable conditions, being subject to all sorts of abuse. The immediate concern needs to be bringing them home. And unfortunately, it seems like those voices have been largely drowned out by the events of recent weeks.
When Iran attacked Israel with that barrage of missiles last week, Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, said Iran will pay. We have yet to see what that retaliation is going to look like. But I wonder, a year in, you know, does this whole situation get much worse before it gets better? Where's the off-ramp?
Look, the off-ramp is very simple. We need a ceasefire. We need Hamas to lay down its weapons and release those 101 remaining hostages. We need Hezbollah to stop bombarding northern Israel and let those tens of thousands of Israeli families who haven't seen their homes in a year to return to those homes. And we need Iran to stop playing such a horrific, pernicious, and toxic role across the Middle East. That is what will end this conflict. And until Israel feels that it is able to enable its citizens to return home, it'll have no choice but to continue to defend itself. And that's what we see happening right now.
Avi Meir, thank you so much for your time this morning.